A short time ago, we did a video about Chris Evans' movie Lightyear and its epic, monumental failure at the box office because they replaced Tim Allen with insane leftist Marxist Chris Evans. And now the people at Pixar have some words for you on why Lightyear failed, ladies and gentlemen, and the excuses, they never stop. It couldn't possibly be that they made a bad piece of entertainment. It couldn't possibly be they produced a bad piece of media that nobody really wanted to consume because it didn't make any sense in terms of the pre-established lore of the character. Nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for it. But if you don't consume and then get excited for next product, you're a bigot, right? That's according to Modern Hollywood. Let's see what the article says, folks. Top Pixar executive Pete Docter blames moviegoers for Lightyear's box office bomb. What did I say? When in doubt, blame the customers, right? Whatever happened to the days where the customer is king, the customer's always right? No. Now if the customer doesn't want your product, they're a neckbeard, incel, racist, sexist, bigot, transphobe, homophobe, misogynist, man baby, right? That's what we're down to. This, John F. Trent, came out on the 23rd of February. Pixar Chief Operating Officer Pete Docter recently put the blame on moviegoers, or in this case, people who didn't go see Lightyear, for the film's box office disaster. Lightyear grossed only about $118.3 million at the domestic and $100.4 at the international for a global gross of $218 million. The film's reported production budget was $200 million, meaning the film was a financial disaster for Pixar and the Walt Disney Company. Given they spent a total of about $350 million with marketing, it needed at least $450 million to even come close to breaking even. Speaking with the Wrap, Docter explained why he and Pixar believe the film performed terribly at the box office. He said, "We've done a lot of soul searching about that because we all love that movie." Well, that just because you love the movie doesn't mean the audience loved the movie, because you people are so high on your own supply, so gassed up on your own propaganda. You think the rest of the world in between the two coasts think like you, and they don't. We love the characters and the premise. I think probably what we've ended on terms and what went wrong is we asked too much of the audience. Docter elaborated. When they hear buzz, they're like, great, where's Mr. Potato Head and Woody and Rex? And then we drop them into this science fiction film and they're like, what? He continued, even if they've read the material in the press, it was just a little too distant, both in concept and I think the way the characters were drawn, that they were portrayed. It was much more of a science fiction. And Angus, to his credit, took it very seriously and genuinely and wanted to represent those characters as real characters. But the characters in Toy Story are much broader. And so I think there was this disconnect between what people wanted, expected, and what we were giving them, he added. He's calling the audience stupid, is what he's doing. You haven't picked up on that yet. You're plebs, and you just don't understand the high art of Lightyear.
I feel stupid.
Of note, Docter does not mention the film was the most recent release after the Walt Disney Company admitted they were grooming young adult children through their content despite a Florida law banning of instruction on gender identity and sexual orientation in the classroom. Gender and sex are the same thing. They're the same thing. This new gender is a social construct, and sex is assigned at birth. Is if you honestly think that, like, literally, may God have mercy on your soul, like you sweet summer child. And spare me the DSM, because that is so politicized. Former Disney CEO Bob Chapek sent a company-wide email to Disney where he made his and the company's intentions clear. Because the struggle is much bigger than any one bill in any one state. I believe the best way for our company to bring about lasting change is through inspiring content we produce, the welcoming culture we create, and the diverse community organizations we support. Diversity and inclusion are not things that you build a company on, because a company needs to be built on a quality product, first of all. And you can have all the diversity and inclusion you want and still have a shit product, as evidenced by and witnessed by us in terms of modern entertainment in general. There's a reason content is at the top of the list, Chapek penned. For nearly a century, our company stories have opened minds, inspired dreams, and shown the world both as it is and how we wish it could be. And now more than ever, here it is, represent the incredible diversity of our society. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This is the dumbest thing. It needs to reflect the world in which we live. Well, not everybody lives in a rainbow-colored fucking society where you have every ethnicity. Like, this is the thing about this. Like I said, Netflix would make a movie about the town where I live, which is like 98% white, and it would look like Detroit. They would make it would be all black. They'd be like, this is inclusion and diversity, you bigots. But like, that's not what the town looks like at all, though. Like, literally, they'd be like, it doesn't matter. We have quotas to fill, you bigot. I'm race swapped. I'm like a trans black man. We're telling important stories, raising voices, and I believe changing hearts and minds, he added. No, you're not. He later added, powerful content that changes hearts and minds only springs from inclusive culture. What a fucking retard. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. It only comes from inclusive cultures, which not only attract and retain the best and most diverse talent, but also give those employees the freedom to bring forth ideas that reflect their lives and experiences. We must work together to ensure Disney remains such a place. Oh, God. What a cuck. Like, Jesus. That whole paragraph is nothing but buzzwords. Buzz. On top of this email from Chapek, Disney employee Latoya Raveneau confirmed the company had a not at all secret gay agenda. She said, in my little pocket of proud family Disney TVA, the showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Robertson, our leadership over there, has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. But we're bigots, right? Maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last. Maybe they're turning around. They're going hard. And then, like all that momentum, I felt the sense of I don't have to be afraid to have these two characters kiss in the background. I was just, wherever I could, just adding queerness. If you see anything queer in the show, no one would stop me. And no one was trying to stop me, she revealed. Listen to this shit.
Like, I love Disney's content. I grew up watching, all of the classics. They have been a huge, informative part of my life. But at the same time, I worked at small studios most of my career, and I'd heard, you can hear whispers. I'd heard things like, they won't let you show this at a Disney show. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little, sus when I started. But then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard. On my little pocket of, proud family Disney TVA, the showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and, our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel like I felt like it was, maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last, they were turning it around,
so
they're going
stupid.
hard. And then all that momentum that I felt, that sense of I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of it. But I just was no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me.
She's like, I'm black, you can't stop me, and I'm queer. Oh my God, I've got a gauntlet of equality and equity. What a fucking idiot. To this point, numerous reports indicated that Disney made it clear to market a gay relationship they put in Lightyear. Industry analyst Matthew Baloney tweeted back in April 22. Florida's gonna love Disney's Lightyear. The same-sex couple is pretty front and center in an extended sequence. YouTuber Robert Meyer Burnett also tweeted, Disney showed 30 minutes of Lightyear. If you told me I'd have tears streaming down my cheeks 25 minutes in, I'd say you were nuts, but here we are. He added, also earned Alphabet representation, the best Alphabet representation I've seen in a while. First animated film in the IMAX ratio, a must-see in the format. Cool, Robert. Cool. Good thing I'm not one of the people who kiss your ass for scoops. Because I watched that movie and it wasn't good. Like my kid kind of liked it, but he in no way reacted to that the same way he did the other Toy Story movies. Those he was over the moon for. Like, he has Buzz and Woody, the big fucking characters. He loves them still, and he's 8. This movie, he never wanted any of the toys. He never asked for any of the toys from it. But yet he still likes the side characters from the Toy Story movies more than this iteration of Buzz Lightyear. I don't know. Not only would Disney's exclusive clip at CinemaCon make it clear the film was pushing disordered lifestyles on children, but Buzz Lightyear's voice actor Chris Evans decided to lampoon critics of Disney's obvious attempt at grooming children. And here is, I'm going to show my nuts on Twitter, Chris Evans' comment. The real truth is those people are idiots. I mean, I think throughout history you can see every time there's been social advancement. We covered this quote in the previous Lightyear video. He said, basically, these people are going to die. The goal is to pay them no mind, march forward, and embrace the growth that makes us human so I can show my balls on Twitter because I'm a bitch. It shouldn't come as a surprise that Doctor would blame moviegoers and audiences for the film's failure. Evans, as noted above, was attacking them before the film even released, and the film's director, Angus MacLane, blamed trolls for the film's low reviews on IMDb. Here is the short answer. He says, much like the second chapter of The Hobbit, it has mainly to do with trolls. So this guy is this guy is just a cuck too. This is also the playbook Disney has employed for nearly all their failures, including Star Wars and more recently Marvel. So Lightyear, its failure. Now we have studio executives at Pixar, which is just more Disney trash, blaming you for not seeing it in theaters when this movie wasn't good. It pushed an agenda. Like I said, this was loosely Lightyear in name only. You had a character that was a husk. It wasn't Buzz Lightyear. This was something else, and I'm not calling it completely sinister and nefarious. I'm just calling it bad for what it was. The want and innate need to overrepresent a community that only comprises 4% of the entire population of the country is just as hilarious as the innate need to overrepresent in all forms of media, especially advertising, 13% of the population. And then again, like I said, that's overrepresentation. They don't make up 90% of the population, unlike commercials would have you believe. And also, it's great because I happened across a comment section on Facebook where it was predominantly 90% black people, and they were talking about the conversation centered on commercials and media and how they portray relationships. And the consensus among the black people in the conversation and the few white people and others that were in there, as I spent about 2 hours down this rabbit hole, was that they find it hilarious that, and this is from a few of them, they said they don't think we get together at all anymore, according to these commercials. Basically what they were saying is every commercial has a interracial couple in it. Now, I'm not denigrating interracial couples. I have no issue with that. What I am saying is the marketing people are acting like that is all that exists anymore. And there's real world black people saying that, well, what the hell? Like, do they not think, and it's the same thing. I chimed in at one point and said that, yeah, they do the same thing with white people. They don't think a nuclear white family exists anymore. It's the same thing with the nuclear black family. They don't think that exists anymore. They would like us to all be separated, and that's what the goal is. That's the goal of Marxism, is deconstruction, and that's what they're doing with your entertainment and every aspect of your life, folks. That's what these people are doing, and if you can't see it by now, I don't know what you're looking at. But that's it. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that what's his name, Pete Docter, is crazy, blaming fans? I mean, it's almost as if the marching orders come from the top down at Disney to these pissants who run the studios that Disney has gobbled up and just given talking points to spew when one of their garbage tier projects fails. Like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe today. Hit the bell for notifications. There's channel members available if you want them. I'm Etepo Kuyan from The Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I could do this all day.
This doesn't bode well.
You're lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.